Hello, Bart with Bicycle Rider YouTube, and we are here today to talk about a segment of bike that people have been looking for since the corona pandemic and having a hard time finding them at a decent price and quality. So this is the Marin San Anselmo 2. This is a step-through, low entry commuter bike, or all-around cruiser bike, multi-purpose bike. You could even call it a hybrid bike. And this one does have the step-through design, so it's easy to get on and off. And these are a bike that are hardly sought after at the moment, because not everybody wants a frame that goes across it. They have a hard time getting their legs over and under. So this one you can get on and off easy. Now what Marin has done is they have come out with a bike here that is available. There's a lot of bikes out there, but the key is it available to buy right now? We are in the middle of December here in Biloxi, Mississippi, and we have these bikes for sale. So yes, these bikes are available as we speak. After Christmas, I don't know so much, but at the moment they make a great Christmas present because they do multiple things well. If you live in an area where you can have some urban, where you want to ride to the library, the grocery store, around town, but you also want to be able to do some fitness. A hybrid bike kind of allows you to do that because you're not stuck doing just one type of riding. You can ride just about anything with this bike. This bike even goes as far as to put a suspension on the front end of this bike. So you have a little bit of suspension here to mitigate bumps, potholes, maybe a curb or something you hit. And that is always nice. It's not a full-on mountain bike, of course, but then you get a lot more comfort than a full-on mountain bike, because a full-on mountain bike, you are over your handlebars kind of like this. A bike like this, you're not fully straight up like a cruiser. You are more in a prone position to get some fitness to, this bike is fairly fast, so when you get going on this bike, you have a good position to see the traffic in front of you, to see any obstacles, but yet you can pedal this bike, really fast. So it's a good multi-purpose bike. You don't always have to go fast. If you just want to go through town and see the sights, this bike lets you do that well. If you have a bike path close to your house or rails a trail or something, a bike like this lets you do all that. But if you do want to get off on a gravel road or something, this bike lets you do that as well. So like I said, it's kind of a multi-purpose bike. Real quickly, I'm not going to go through every spec of this bike, but it does have a Tektro hydraulic brake line, so brake system. So this bike actually has hydraulic brakes. You can see the disc on the front wheel there, and this is a 700C front wheel with a 40 millimeter tire on it. So this one is a 40 millimeter tire with a little file tread basically to it, so you can go through some dirt, through some mud, but it still keeps you very efficient, going down what most people are going to do down the road, paved surfaces. So it does allow you to do multiple surfaces. Same thing on the back. We have disc brakes on the back of this bike with quick release skewers. So if you do have to take the front wheels off, the rear wheels off, to put them in a vehicle, put them in a trunk of a car, to get them in a hotel room, they do come off very easy. So the disc brakes, they work really well. If you spin the tire and you're going down the road and you want to hit the brakes, all you got to do is hit the brake and it stops really easy. So anyway, I've got this bike all twisted up, and while we are kind of twisted up anyway, let me get you the San Rafael. So the San Rafael is not the step-through model. This is kind of a regular diamond-shaped bike. So it does come in two models. They're both around $630. Some people want to call this a men's and the low entry a women's, but it doesn't have to be. We have a lot of men buying the low entry, so they don't have to lift their leg up like this over the bar. But if you are more into a regular looking diamond style bike, this bike does come in a regular bike. This is a size small. I'm 5'9", so I would normally be in a medium. But this bike feels really good. It does have nice hand grips, nice wide bars. Like I said, it's got a suspension front end. This bike comes with a Shimano Acera 8-speed drivetrain. So, no frills, but does what it needs to do. You have 2 gears in the front and you have 8 gears in the back, so you have pretty wide gear range. This bike is an affordable bike that does multiple things well. Definitely check them out if you're just looking for an all-around good bike. Marin makes good bikes, and they make them at a good value. So, you know, if you're looking at a bike for under $700 that does a lot of things and has a, you know, some higher end components as far as the, you know, hydraulic disc brakes, Shimano gear systems, it is way elevated above anything you're going to find in a department store. This bike will last you for a long time if you take care of it. You know, comes with a good seat on it, just all around good components. So if you want to check out each spec, just, you know, go onto Marin's website and you can answer a lot of your questions there. But I'm just telling you that this bike rides good. It's fun to ride around town. It's fun to ride on light trail. It's fun to ride on gravel. It does, you know, a lot of things very well. Let me go ahead and put a weight on this bike real quick with our scale. It's not a featherweight bike, but at this price point and this style bike, you're not really worried about a featherweight bike. And I guess it's a good thing because our, looks like the scale is, oh, battery was dead, but it came back alive just for you guys. And for you guys, you know, we are Bicycle Rider YouTube, so if you like our content, please hit subscribe. It helps Gary and I, you know, rank with YouTube. And I'm getting this bike's come right at 30 pounds. So 30 pounds for an aluminum multi-purpose bike with a front end suspension, I think is really decent. And you get that because, you know, Marin builds a, you know, an awesome aluminum frame. So in closing, if you're looking for a solid bike at a good value, a Christmas present or something, the San Rafael DS2, it does come in a DS1, which is a little over $500. A few different component specs, but just, you know, take a look at these bikes. They're good, and maybe in a future video we will compare the DS1 and the DS2. But today we sold all the DS1s off the floor. So had these and figured we'd at least share this information with you. All right, thank you from the Bicycle Rider.